Did y'all make it back? Day 3 of the 11K in 30-day challenge. Okay, so I'm on day 3 now. So today I want to talk a little bit about transformation, right? So when we are thinking about doing something new, anything new, typically that desire to do something new is stemming from something that you have been doing for a while that simply has not been working for you. So then we look at, okay, so how can I improve upon this? How can I make it better? How can I transform it into something that works for me? So for me, that's how I looked at my job. So many of you who have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Z. This is Sit and Speak Your Truth, where I am on a journey to build a business and an income and a brand for myself online. So for those of you who don't know about my history, real quickly, I worked in government for over a decade, for a very long time, as a procurement officer. And I saw a lot of things, and I just realized that for me, although it was a great opportunity for me, I met fantastic people. I learned a lot of really phenomenal skill sets that I use and I can use in my business today. But I just did not want the 9-to-5. That was not where my heart was. I did not enjoy waking up in the morning, especially in the wintertime, and, grabbing a shower and having to get dressed and then going outside in the cold and having to deal with, traffic. And if anybody knows anything about I-95 and 695 in Maryland, I don't need to say anything else. So I was tired of dealing with that. And then going to a job that, I had worked in different government agencies. The last one that I was with was really good because of the manager that I had. And it's funny that I ended my procurement career with the same person that I was introduced to procurement through. So it was like full circle. And that was kind of like a really beautiful thing. But I just didn't want to do that anymore. At 56, I'm thinking, okay, I don't know how many more years I have left on the planet. And I haven't touched nearly, a quarter of the things that are on my bucket list. So I can either stay here and play it safe, or I can recognize that I'm built for more and that I have the ability to achieve so much more and that I can create so much more. I'm a creator at heart. I'm a musician. I'm a singer. Creativity has been in my blood since, the good Lord saw fit to put me on the planet. So I needed to tap into the creativity part. I had spent quite a few years in the, kind of the analytical, logical part. And it wasn't a good fit for me. That's just not who I am. So I wanted to have a business where I could work for myself, where I could generate income and revenue, where I could help other people achieve their goals and dreams. And so then sitting and looking at this, it's like, okay, so who do you want to help? Well, coming from a background where my parents separated when I was probably about 13 or 14 years old. They just stayed separated. And for the majority of that time, I was living with my mother. So my sister and myself, for the most part, were raised by our mom. And just seeing the struggles of a woman. And my mother was a brilliant individual. She was a head nurse at a prominent hospital in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins, on one of their floors, Halsted 8. Shout out to any Halsted 8 nurses that might be here or see this. But it was a job that was demanding. She gave it her all. I really believe my mother was an earth angel. So she wanted to be in service to others. And so when I started thinking about, okay, who is it that I want to serve? I want to serve women. I want to serve that woman that's struggling and that's spending most of her time, away from the home trying to provide for her kids, or that woman that, has raised a family and now finds herself for whatever reason single, and she knows that there's still more in her and she wants to give more and she wants to receive more. That is my audience. That's my population, women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, women who have families, who are raising children on their own, women who find themselves on their own for whatever reason, divorce, you're a widow, whatever the case may be. And you know that there's more in you. There's so much more that you want to do, but you're not in a financial position necessarily to be able to do it. So those are the people that I wanted to serve. And so when I started thinking about, okay, whenever any company or corporation, when you go into business, what's the first thing that you sit down and do? The first thing that you do is you create a mission statement, right? This is your voice to the world about who you are and who you serve. So here is my mission statement for Sit Speak Your Truth. I help women, single women, divorced women, widowed women, women with children, build a business that they can create 100% on their own time to be able to have more control over their financial future by teaching and showing them high income earning skills that can create multiple streams of income for them online. So there's my mission statement, y'all. And Legacy Builders is the system that I am using to do that. And I love Legacy for a lot of different reasons. They have a huge community of people that are active online every day, and that you can connect with your community every single day. Michelle O'Neill is the founder of Legacy Builders and a phenomenal mentor, and she shows up for her community every single day. There are so many reasons why I love it, and it works for me. And I have some notes here. I wrote stuff down because sometimes, y'all, I tend to babble. Please forgive me. But I love it because it's a program that it allows you to create a new way, right, to make money. You do it on your own time. You can do this retired. Easy. Just, because all you have is time. You can really devote, that time that maybe you were spending 6 or 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day working for someone else. You can do this in just 2 hours a day, right? Just 2 hours a day. You get on your phone, you create content, and you post content, and you respond to comments, and you answer questions. And that's how you begin to build your business. That's how you can begin to build your brand. So you use your phone. It's in only 2 hours a day. You don't have to worry about the commute. For me, I'm going to tell you all, there was a time in my life where I lived in Baltimore and I worked in Annapolis. So if you know anything about that area of Maryland, if you have a car, depending on the traffic, that can be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 10-minute ride. But at the time, I did not have a car. And so I was taking the bus, and it took me 3 buses to make it from Baltimore into Annapolis every day. My commute, people think I'm lying. I'm not lying. My commute every day was about 3 to 3.5 hours on those buses. And let's not talk about being out in inclement weather when it's snow, heavy rain. We're not even going to discuss that. So I was spending 6 hours a day just commuting back and forth because of where I was located. And then you have to, get one bus that picks you up on the corner in front of your house. That's great. But then it's going to take you downtown. And then you have to get off that bus. You have to wait for another bus. And then you catch that bus and it takes you over into the Brooklyn area. And then you get off that bus. And then you have an hour commute on that bus just to get to downtown Annapolis. I worked at the courthouse. So when I tell you that I know that there are people out there that may not necessarily have a car, and you are putting in hours, you're spending, a third of your day on public transportation. So that is insane. And when I think about the fact that I did that, I don't even know how I did it, but this can absolutely alleviate any commuting, because what you're doing, you can do from anywhere you are in the world. And if you're home and you're just working from home, you get on your phone, you do some content, you post it, and you keep it moving. It's just that simple. The ease of working this program is absolutely phenomenal. And you are ultimately, for me, it was getting rid of the living paycheck to paycheck, you know? And some people say, well, you know, having a business is even more difficult because you never know when the money's coming in. I'm going to give you that. You're right, you don't. But with consistency comes success. And that's how I view it. Are you going to get online the first day and make $1,400 out the gate? The chances of that happening are very, 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 very slim. But when you're consistent and you show up every day, I tell people all the time, in this economy, I would not quit my job right now if you don't have something substantial that you're able to sit on and that can help get you through. I wouldn't quit my job. I would stay right where I am. I would continue to do my 9 to 5. But, you know, in those early morning hours and those later evening hours when I have free time, you know, if you have children, after you've gotten them prepared and off to school, or you've done dinner for the evening and they're off doing their thing, I would take that 1.5 to 2 hours and I would just post content every single day. Because when you show up every day and people see you every day and you have a presence every day, that's when you begin to earn trust. People have to trust you. It's rare. You have some people that are, you know, they will buy from anyone if they're really looking for a solution. Sure, they might do that. But for the most part, people have to see you. They have to hear your story. You need to sound believable, and they need to see your transformation. You need to talk about your transformation, right? And when you show up every day and you present and you talk about what you're learning and you're talking about how this is changing your life, even if you haven't made a single sale yet, it's changed your life because you've committed to something. You've invested in something. The biggest investment that anyone can ever make in life is an investment in yourself. It's not the stock market. It's not crypto. It's not, you know, some foreign currency. It's an investment in you. You have to believe that you're worth it. You have to understand and know in the depths of your being that you can do it. There is no reason that you can't do it. The only thing that would keep you from succeeding is just not being consistent. It will come. You have to find your audience. And that's what algorithms do. That's what YouTube's algorithm does, TikTok, Instagram. It helps you find your audience. You already have your voice. You already have that. And once you connect your voice with your audience, child, sky's the limit. What the hell's going to stop you? The only thing stopping you right now is you. And I can testify to that because when I first came across this program, it was, I think, around April or May of 2025, after I had been in Panama a few months. And I saw it, and I saw the woman, and she showed up in my feed all the time. And, you know, I finally clicked her little link, and, you know, I put in my email, and I got the information. I was like, But you know what? That's my own fault because I'm a Scorpio by nature, to a fault. And so I sat on it for 8 months before I even pulled the trigger. And I did a video the other day, you know, that was my biggest regret, was waiting so long just to jump in feet first. What the hell was I waiting for? Those 8 months, I did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I had been through some things. I had lost my father. I had, you know, left my government job. I had moved to another country. So I had some things that I was going through and I was sorting out, right? And so I was taking time to do that, but I still could have been doing this. And it was a choice. I chose not to. That is my biggest regret because I ask myself every day, had I jumped in earlier, where would I be right now? What would my bank account be looking like right now if I would not have waited? And sometimes we are our own worst enemy because we allow hesitation and procrastination to keep us from moving forward. And if we really sit with ourselves, you know what? This seems like something I probably should be doing. I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill sets and a lot of things that I could share with people. I can learn how to create my own digital products while still promoting legacy builders, and getting paid off of legacy builders is just, you know, kind of the icing on the cake. But the real thing is, like, look at what I could build. I could build my own little empire, just sharing with people what I know. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. And I'm going to tell you right now, that little demon that's sitting on, on your shoulder, that is kind of whispering in your ear, you don't want to lose any money. Don't do it. It probably won't come up with anything. It's probably just a scam. It'll take too long. All that bull crap. Go watch my language, because I'm on a public profile. Kick that little demon butt to the curb, right? That's the negative thinking. Michelle O'Neill calls it stinking thinking. I like that too. It's stinking thinking. That's just your brain, your nervous system trying to keep you safe, because, it's easier to sit in fear sometimes than it is just to branch out and let your voice be heard. What will people think? Who gives a damn what people think? Are you going to care what people think about you putting content out there on the internet a year from now when your bank account is 6 or 7 figures? Will you care? I know I won't give a good damn. I will not care. I will not give a rat's ass. I promise you I won't. And I don't think you would either. So think about those things. Don't let the fear and the uncertainty keep you back from speaking your truth. That's why I named my channel For Legacy Builders, Speak Your Truth, because we all have to get to the crux of what our truth is and not be afraid to say it out loud. Because once you speak it, you kill all the naysayers. Who's going to hurt you when you've already put yourself out there? Right? Confirmation. So, Legacy Builders is going to give you the ability to learn skills. You're going to be able to achieve freedom through learning these skills. And the good thing about skills is once you learn them, they can't be taken away from you. They're yours forever. So when you learn how to create things online, that's a skill set. That's a skill set you can use for yourself. And that's a skill set that you can actually use to earn money doing things for other people, because everyone is not going to have the gumption to do something like this. Every woman that is looking at me right now is not going to move forward. No shade, and that's fine. That's your decision. That's your choice. But there are some of you out there that hear me, and the words that I'm saying right now are resonating in your spirit. And so that's going to push you to move, because you know that you deserve more. You know that you don't have to put in 40, 50, 60 hours a week, making $20, $25 an hour, busting your hind parts for someone else, when you can take that energy, you can take that knowledge and those skill sets, and you can invest them into yourself and create your own. And the sky is the limit. Because what's more important than, freedom? Whether it's financial freedom or, freedom from the 9 to 5, freedom to live the life that you want to live, freedom to travel wherever you want to, freedom to spend time with your friends and your family, freedom to spend time with your children and raise them the way that you want to. Isn't that what we all want? Legacy Builders is just a way to help you get there, to help you achieve all of those things. Okay. That's all it is. So right now I am going to stop, because I've been babbling for a minute, and I do have a meeting that I have coming up, a coaching. So at this point, I am going to say to you, if you stayed this long, God bless you. I thank you for that. Please click the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, click the like and comment below and let me know where you are. Where are you in your journey? Have you come across Legacy Builders before? Am I not the first person that you've heard about? Are you kind of tired and you're ready to try something new? Are you in your moment of transformation right now? Let me know. Comment below. And if you comment my truth below, I'm going to go ahead and send you the information that you need so that you can learn more about how you can create this life of freedom for yourself that I'm creating for myself right now. Lovelies, I thank you so much. Thank you for sticking around. Oh, one more thing, because I have to always remember to end my videos with this, because I always forget. So one of the digital products that I created from learning the skill sets in Legacy Builders was two things. I have a checklist that's down below. It's a free relocation checklist. So if you've been thinking about, what might it entail or what should I have to look at if I'm thinking about moving abroad, there's a free checklist below for you. Go ahead and grab that. And if you're someone that's decided, you know what, I'm ready to leave, whether it's the US, the UK, I don't care where you are. If you're looking to relocate from where you are, I created a 120-day emergency relocation guide. That link is also in the description, and please check that out because it is almost 60 pages full of information on the things that you need to do and the things that you should look at, and maybe some of the obstacles you might have to overcome when you're looking to extricate yourself from someplace pretty quickly. So there's a lot going on in the world today. We have to always be on our P's and Q's and be on the ready, right? So if you're looking to relocate outside the US, certainly check that out below. And until tomorrow for day 4, I will be back, and I want you all to have a blessed day. Think about what I said. Check out my my link, SYT, speakyourtruth.com. all one word, and go and see how you can actually have this life that you think about all the time and think that you could never achieve. I promise you, honey, with every breath in my body, yes, you can. Okay, until tomorrow, lovelies, I love you so much. Take good care of yourself. Speak soon. Bye.